to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Chakwadash, and double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. This is Brother Lawyer from Great Millstone, Miami. And yeah, man, I just want to touch in on this article in this lesson real quick, man. Just going into how more judgments are on the way. Okay. All right, because we have another state of emergency in Florida right now as a result of the tropical storm Nicole that is forming right now in the Atlantic. Okay, all right, and the trajectory. I'm sorry, is predicted to be heading towards Florida. Okay, so right as you know, the 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 state was just recovering from Hurricane Ian, which was like a Category 4. Okay, and that prompted a state of emergency, and in and of itself, and people are actually still recovering from the storm. Um, you have this next hurricane, this next form of judgment, judgment in the form of a hurricane coming. Okay, it's on its way, man. And so, hey, man, the judgments don't stop, man. This has truly been the year of Yahweh Shem Shai turning up. Okay, and the fact that we're in November, okay, um, you know, and we could possibly be affected by a hurricane in Florida. Hey, that's why the scriptures say what? New signs and other strange wonders, man. Okay. Now, granted, hurricane season does run through November. Okay. All right. But still, if there was to be landfall, that would still be a fairly rare event. Okay. So going to show you that the Lord's not playing. All right. So with that, I'm going to start with the article. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to start with the article MSN.com. It says the National Weather Service warned Monday that subtropical storm Nicole could be as strong as a hurricane when it approaches Florida's east coast later this week. Okay, all right. So I believe it's predicted to be like a Category 1, which for Floridians that's not really all that bad. They people in Florida tend not to really care or be afraid of these things, man. Okay. Hey, but nonetheless, it is judgment. Okay, and if people don't properly prepare, and first and foremost, if you don't fear Yahweh Shem Al Shai, you will get caught out there. Okay. All right. It says the storm could impact election week in the Sunshine State, where Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is running against Democratic, so on and so forth. It says DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for 34 counties. While the storm does not at this time appear to be that it will become much stronger, I urge all Floridians to be prepared, he said in the statement. We will continue to monitor the trajectory and strength of the storm as it moves towards Florida. It says Nicole formed in the southwestern Atlantic Ocean on Monday, becoming the 14th named storm of 2022's Atlantic hurricane season, which ends this month. Nicole Center will approach the northwestern Bahamas on Tuesday, move near or over those islands on Wednesday, then approach eastern Florida by Wednesday night, according to the National Weather Service, man. So, hey, it's moving quick. Okay, all right, it's moving quick, man. It's about to roll through, man. It says this is what parts of South Florida looked like 1 month after Hurricane Ian. It says currently Nicole wields maximum sustained winds of about 45 miles per hour with higher gusts. It says winds of 40 miles per hour or greater extend outward up to 275 miles to the east of the storm center. All right, it says gradually strengthening and forecast during the next few days. It's forecast during the next few days, and Nicole could be near on or at hurricane intensity by Wednesday or Wednesday night while it is moving near the northwestern Bahamas. The National Weather Service said in a public advisory issued Monday morning. Okay. All right. So going into the scriptures, this is Isaiah 29:6. It says, "Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire," man. All right. We're in the last days. The Lord said these things was going to happen, man. Okay. I don't get, hey, man, we know what's going on, man. We know what time it is, man. But you people out there in the world, man, y'all in for a rude awakening when Yahweh Shai comes back, man. Because clearly, man, it's just signs left and right, man. Okay, the Lord is clearly showing his hand. Okay, all right. The book of Joel says that the Lord will show signs in the heavens above and in the earth beneath, man. Okay, that's in Joel the second chapter, and it's also in the book of Acts, man. What do you think these things are, man? Okay, what do you think these things are, man? These constant. It said the 14th named storm of 2022, man. Okay, all right, and this is, mind you, there was a pretty slow start to hurricane season this year, man. Okay, and it's still going, man. So you see, again, the Lord is really not holding back, man. You got wildfires happening all over the place, droughts. Okay, you got rainstorms, earthquakes, man, commotions of the people happening all over the globe, man. All right, we're living in a time where Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his coming, man. Okay, this is Nahum chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Elkoshite. Okay, all right. It says, God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies, man. The Lord is not happy, man, with the state of the earth and all the wickedness that's taking place. That's why these things keep um, multiplying in the earth. These different events, these different signs. Okay. Okay. It says, verse 3: the Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Okay? So when you see these whirlwinds and storms take place in the earth, you know that's the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being fulfilled. That's his will. That's his anger, his wrath being executed in the earth, man. Okay? I remember some years back, man, maybe back in 2018, maybe back in 2019, man, the Lord really rocked the Bahamas with a real bad storm, man. Okay? They were distressed, man. All right. So hey, this could be another. This could be another. Part two of that. That the Lord is preparing for those Benjaminites out there, man. Okay. All right. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. It says, "And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the seas and the waves roaring, man." And again, this is part of the distress of nations. This is the part of the signs in the heavens, man. These different storms. Okay. All right. And again, it says the sea and the waves roaring, man. Storm surges, floods, tidal waves, man, hurricanes. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, man. And again, this is just one microcosm, if you will, of what's taking place on the earth. You got food shortages, man. You got famines. You got droughts. Okay. You got all type of economic turmoil. Okay. You got blackouts that are predicted, man. Okay, people getting ready to freeze, wars, rumors of wars taking place, man, diseases all up in the air, man. Okay, and you people walk around every day, la-di-da, don't know what's going on, man. Okay, all right, it says, and then shall they see the sign of the Son of Man coming in a cloud with a power and great glory. All right, because after it's all said and done, when the Lord finalizes this destruction, Yahweh is going to come in his chariot with power, man. All right, with the holy angels to deliver the elect from the four corners of the earth, okay, and also to render vengeance upon the wicked and destroy this wicked society. Verse 28, and it says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So for the hopeful righteous elect, this is a great time. This is a time to be rejoicing, man. If you really hope and believe for the Lord's return, okay, you should be looking forward to these events to happen more and more on the earth, man, because that's the sign that the Lord is getting ready to overturn the society and return and establish his kingdom. Okay? All right. This is Sirach chapter 39, verse 28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon the earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Okay. So when you see these different turmoils, these different plagues take place upon the earth, man, okay, all right, fire, hail, famine, death, okay, all right, these different weather catastrophes, man, all right, when animals attack, okay, all right, when death is going out, man, okay, you had a rapper that died recently, okay, a couple artists that died recently, man, okay, that's the Lord sending spirits of vengeance, man, death angels in the earth to stir up these things. So, for example, this hurricane, for example, the Lord has a spirit, okay, all right, an angelic force on you know, um, on the Lord's time, he commands that angelic force to go out into the earth and stir up this storm, man, to do whatever damage the Lord would have it to do. Okay, to punish the wicked to destruction, man. Okay, all right. And again, it says spirits created for vengeance. So the fact that we're seeing more of these events take place, the more death, more record-breaking storms and heat waves and wildfires and famines, okay, animals migrating, animals dying off, man, wars taking place on the earth. That means that the Lord is really ramping up his vengeance upon the inhabitants of the earth. That's why the scriptures tell you in 2 Ezra 15th chapter, it says, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay, therefore the Lord will no more hold his tongue, no more as touching their wickedness. So as you see the wickedness ramping up, the anger of the Lord is ramping up, and that's why these plagues and these spirits of vengeance are sent out constantly, man. Back to back, this year has been off the charts, man. Okay, and hey, we still waiting to see, if we're still here, what 2023 is gonna look like. Okay, all right, it's gonna be epic. Okay, so brace yourself, man. Fasten your seatbelts, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 15. It says, He hath made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding. This is talking about the Lord, man. All right, through Yahweh and the angels, he's the one responsible for having all the operations of heaven and earth, the things that we see and don't see, to exist, man. Okay, verse 16, it says, when he uttereth his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, man. This is talking about what you would call condensation and evaporation and precipitation, the water cycle. The Lord is responsible for that, man. He's the one who commands water and rain and lightning and storms to take place upon the earth, and he causes the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. He maketh lightnings with rain, and bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures, man. So this is the power of the Lord, man. And again, Jeremiah 51 is a prophecy, an oracle of Jeremiah upon Babylon the Great. So as we see this society begin to collapse, man, towards the end of this kingdom, man, we're gonna see the Lord bring more of these storms, more of these catastrophes, man, these weather disasters upon Babylon the Great, man, including such things as Hurricane Nicole, man. Okay, all right, a woman named Nicole. Okay, so hey, man, call her Layim Layabashimi Al Shai, man. Okay, the Lord is doing it, man. Okay, and so with that, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, citations to the elect. Kwame Asherah on the Bible ball. Shalom.